I hope you can join me now for some yin yoga. I'm at the park. So when we do our pose in yin, we like to hold our poses for anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes. Can I use your timer, please? And we have some beautiful woods behind us and nice nature sounds while we're practicing our yin. So to get started, we're going to go ahead and just come to our mat, take a seat on our mat, and go ahead and come into meditation pose here. We're just going to take some deep breaths to ground ourselves before we get started. So take a deep breath in through your nose. Open up, exhale through your mouth. Take a breath in through your nose. And exhale. Another breath in. And exhale. So what we're going to do today is we're going to get started. Our first pose that we're going to get started in is crescent. So we're going to come to lie on our backs. And you bring your feet over to the left side of your mat. And you're going to kind of scooch your hips over to the right. And then you're going to bring your arms over towards the left, almost as if you're in a crescent. You want to maybe bring your right foot on top of your left and grab your right wrist with your left hand. So this pose here is about opening up your right side. And when we do this pose, we are stretching the fascia and the connective tissue all along the right side of our body. Take a breath in here. And exhale. As we're doing our yin poses, we go in, there's a few phases that we enter into. So first you want to find the edge. And the edge is on a scale of 0 to 10, you don't want a sensation above a level 5. This is a gentle opening of your area that we're stretching. And in this case, it's the whole right side of our bodies. So when you find that level 5, that's the first phase of the yin pose. The second phase is settling in to the pose. Just let your body settle in. And then the final phase, the third phase of the yin pose, is just allowing gravity and time to open up the area so that you can increase the hyaluronic acid that is associated with all that connective tissue on this side of your body. As you breathe in and out, see if you can't connect with yourself. Deepak Chopra said that Buddha saw that suffering and evil are rooted in confusion about how life works. When we focus on the external world, it creates suffering and evil. And to create peace in the world, you must first start with your heart. As you breathe in and out in these poses this evening, see if you can focus on your own heart. And as you focus on your heart, focus on the feeling of joy in your heart. And let that joy just radiate out of your heart to every cell in your body. If we can focus on this, then we can truly begin to heal. The only way to heal this world is to start with your own self. Gently just uncross your right foot from your left and just let your right wrist go. We're going to go ahead and come back to the middle of the mat. And we're just going to come to a Shavasana here. Just go ahead and come into a mini corpse pose here, a mini resting pose, to see if you can feel the difference from your right side and your left side. Your right side, you might feel coolness or tingling in that right side. You might feel a warmth even. We're going to go ahead and set up for the left side. So scoot your hips over to the left and bring both feet over towards the right of the mat. And bring both arms and both hands over your head to the right side of the mat. Go ahead and cross your left foot over your right and catch your left wrist with your right hand. Your head can be looking straight ahead. You can gaze over to the right, wherever you're most comfortable with your head and neck. Just let it be there. Thomas Merton says, when your heart is right, for and against don't exist. As you lie in this pose here, crescent on the left, just see if you can feel your heart. Feel that heart. See if you can open up your heart. Feel the back of your heart. Notice where your heart is in your body. Maybe you can feel the beating heart. As we lie in these poses, as we focus on our pose, focus on your breath. As you breathe in, focus on where your breath travels. And as you breathe out, focus on where your breath goes. You're stretching the connective tissue in the left side of the body. And that connective tissue and the fascia that we are stretching is nourished by the hyaluronic acid in our body. So as we stretch or compress certain areas as we're stretching our yin poses, when we release from the pose, these areas are flooded with hyaluronic acid. Yin is often referred to as the fountain of youth for this reason. We have about another 30 seconds in this side. Go ahead and release your wrist and uncross your foot. And we're going to go ahead and come back to the middle of the mat here. Bring your arms down by your side and let your feet just fall open. Just take a few deep breaths here and just feel the echo of the pose. Just feel your body. When you're ready, go ahead and bring your feet to the mat and come onto your left side. Bring yourself up to a seat. And we're going to come to our knees on the mat. Our next pose is camel. So go ahead and come up on your knees. Your feet are flat on the mat. You bring your hands behind you and your fingers are facing down. You want to go ahead and lean back on your hands and just your chin is towards your chest. This pose is very healing for your lower spine. We walk around on our spine our whole lives. And as we age, or if you're an athlete, we really do a lot of damage to our spine, even just walking around every day. So this is medicine for the lower back. And also, if you open your shoulders here, it's also very good for the shoulders. As we sit in this pose, see if you can focus on your breath. have about another minute in this pose. And if any time you need to come out of the pose, you can come out of the pose and meet us in child's pose or seated meditation or hero's pose. Go ahead and release your hands and just very, very, very easy. We're going to go ahead and come back to sit on our heels. Very easy. Very, very, very gentle. We're going to sit here for a moment on our heels. And just feel the echo of the pose in your back and your lower back. The next pose we're going to come into is toes pose. We're only going to hold this one for a minute. So you're going to bring your toes, you're going to roll them underneath you, including your pinky toe. And you can come up high and just stay here. If you really want the medicine, see how far you can sit back on your heels. And see if you can't take about 10 deep breaths in this pose. Your hands can be on your thighs, or if you want to bring your hands in prayer behind you. This is the best medicine you could ever give your feet. Our feet carry us everywhere throughout our lives. And if you have any issues with plantar fasciitis, this is very good medicine for your feet. We have 10 more seconds. All right, we're going to go ahead and come out of this toes pose. Bring your hands to the mat and very easy, very gently, very slowly. We're going to come out and bring your toes to the mat, and it's very nice after that pose to just go ahead and tap your feet out, tap, 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 tap. Pose we're going to come into, we're going to do half pigeon on each side. So we're going to come into downward dog to start. Come on into down dog. Your feet are as wide as your hips. Go ahead and really lift your hips up in the air. On an inhale, bring your right foot high. And on an exhale, you're going to bring your right knee behind your right wrist. You can stay up high. If you want to try to come down, there you go. So bring that right leg high.
Like that?
Yep.
Okay.
Perfect. And that's fine if that feels comfortable. You can also come into lazy swan, sleeping swan if you want to come onto the side of your hip.
Oh yeah.
That way you can do that way, or you can stay up high. And then if you want, bring your forearms to the mat. And you'll feel, as we spend a few minutes in this pose, you will feel your hip opening up. Maybe you want to stack your hands on top of each other and bring your forehead to your hands. This is a good hip opener, and our hips are just such big muscles in our body. We carry a lot of stress, a lot of trauma memory in our muscles, and especially in our hips. So as you practice these hip openers, it allows your body to release the trauma, the anxieties, and the stresses that you experience in life. We have less than a minute in this pose left. Go ahead and come onto our hands, and you're going to go ahead and roll over your toes. We're going to bring that right leg up high, and if you want to bend your knee to kind of rinse out your hip here. We're going to bring that foot back down. We're going to do that on the left side. We're going to do half pigeon on the left. But first, let's go ahead and stretch out a down dog here for a minute. And feel the echo of the stretch in your right leg and your right hip. On an inhale, we're going to go ahead and bring our left foot high. And exhale, bring that left knee behind that left wrist. We're coming into half pigeon on the left. Stay up high, or maybe as we move further into the pose, you can come on down to your forearms, or stack your hands and rest your forehead on your hands. The back leg is long, and the top foot is pressing into the mat. You can always come out of the poses if you need to. Or you can go into sleeping swan, lazy swan, and just come over to your hip and just lay on your left hip, bring your left hip to the mat. That's still a wonderful hip opener and a great stretch. Follow your breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. As you breathe in, the universe breathes out. As you breathe out, the universe breathes in. We have about another minute in this pose. If your mind starts to wander, see if you can't bring it back to your breath. Sometimes it helps to say, I breathe in, I breathe out. And as you're in this pose, you are getting the hyaluronic acid and the connective tissue and the fascia, the areas in your outer left hip and the area between your right hip and the front of your right thigh. That's your hip flexor. We're going to go ahead and bring our hands to the mat, bring our back toes to the mat, and we're going to gently bring that left leg high. And go ahead and bend that hip, rinse that hip out. Bring that foot back down to the mat. And we're just going to stay a few breaths in down dog. Come to tabletop now, and we're going to cross our feet behind us and find ourselves in a seat on the mat. The next pose we're going to be coming into is diamond. This is one of my favorites. It just feels so good. So instead of butterfly where your heels are very close in, diamond, your heels are out. And you can grab your heel or your ankles, or as you fold into the pose, I like to bring my hands underneath my legs. It just is a very nice way to open up into this stretch. So this stretch here, we're focusing on our lower back, our outer hips, and our inner groin. As Thomas Merton said, when your heart is right, there is no for or against. Jesus said, for the heart, what you put into your body, what you eat, what you put into your mouth, that's not what makes you evil or bad, but it's what comes out of your mouth that can be evil. Because what comes out of your mouth, Jesus said, is coming from your heart. And this practice today is about focusing on our heart. When you take the time for yourself in this practice, and you can focus on what's going on in your internal world, you begin to create peace in your internal world. And as Buddha noted, it's because we focus on the external world that there is evil and suffering. We identify with the external world, and that's what creates evil and suffering. Feel your body opening up as you're into this pose. Just let your body open up. Settle in. And let gravity and time do the work of healing. Gently release out of the pose. And walk ourselves back up here. And bring your knees together. I'm going to come into our next two poses is going to be shoelace. So we're going to bring our left foot underneath us, behind us by our right hip. And then you're going to take your right knee and cross it over your left knee. You can grab your feet here. This is shoelace on the right. This, where you're going to feel this pose here, you're going to feel this pose in your outer right hip. And take a deep breath in here. And as you exhale, just gently fold over. This is a wonderful hip opener. So as we're focusing on the hip openers, we're releasing all the tension and all the trauma. And we're focusing on our hearts and our internal world. Your heart and your mind work in conjunction with each other. So when you have a thought, your heart feels the thought. But when you have a feeling, it affects the thoughts in your mind. The key to peace and happiness is finding joy in your heart that you can heal your mind. And feeling peace in your heart so that you can heal your mind. See if you can't relax the area here, your outer right hip, your lower back, maybe even your left hip, your outer left hip, or maybe it's your inner right groin. Wherever you feel this the most in your body, and remember, we don't want it to move beyond a level 5 on a scale of 0 to 10 in the sensation. You don't want it to be painful, you want to feel it. Let's see if you can't focus on the area and just relaxing. See if you can relax that area. Feel gravity and time opening you up as you sink into the pose a little bit deeper. We have a little under a minute in this pose. Going to gently come out of this pose. And we're going to bring that right leg out long. And just feel the resonance of that pose and that right hip. Bring your legs out long. See if you can feel the difference in your right leg, your right hip. Now we're going to go ahead and do that on the other side. So we're going to bring our right foot under us and back to our left hip. And then you're going to bring your left knee on top of your right. And you can sit up high. When you begin the pose, remember the 3 phases. You're going to feel the edge. You want to feel that sensation of thigh. And then you're going to settle in to the pose. And finally, you're just going to let your body open up naturally. Sometimes the poses that we struggle with the most are the ones that we need the most. Breathe in and breathe out. Always back off if you need to. ahead and gently come on out. We're going to bring both of our legs out long. Your legs out. I'm going to go ahead and shake them up a little bit here. Shake them out, shake them out. We're going to come into caterpillar. Bring our arms up high over your head. And just gently fold over. And just let your body open up in its own time here. This is for your lower back, your hamstrings. See if you can relax your shoulders here. Relax your head, your neck. Sometimes the greatest challenge in these poses is just sitting with yourself. We'll go ahead and walk ourselves back up nice and easy, nice and easy, nice and easy. Now we're going to come to lie on our backs. And we're going to bring our knees into our chest. We're gonna go ahead and bring our feet up to the sky here. We're gonna do waterfall pose for a few minutes. Waterfall is just bringing your feet up. This is a good one to do. You can do this one at home for like 10 minutes a day. It's a good one to do before bedtime. This pose drains all the toxins out of your body because it's draining all those toxins out of the legs that we walk on all day long, every day. The largest muscles in our body here. It's very important to drink a lot of water after you finish this practice so that you can flush your body out. Waterfall is a nice way to combat anxiety, depression. This is a good one to do. You can bring your legs up the wall if you're at home. Chest here. Give ourselves a hug. And leave your knees stacked. We're going to go ahead and let our knees, our arms can come out like wings or goalposts. And you're just going to let your knees just gently drape over to the left side. You want to bring your left hand on top of your right knee. Supine spinal twist for a few minutes. And just give that lower back some love. Breathe into that lower back as you breathe in. Feel it expand. Breathe out. Just feel it relax. Soften into the pose. You can have your head gazing over your right shoulder, or maybe just looking up at the ceiling or the sky. Or maybe you like to bring your head towards your knees, gaze in the direction of your knees. Whatever's most comfortable for you. We're going to go ahead and bring our knees back into our chest. Give yourself another hug here. And just let your knees stay stacked and gently drape them over to the right side. You can have your arms out like wings or goalposts. You can bring your left hand on top of your right out, or your right hand on top of your left outer knee, and gaze however is most comfortable for you. Knees back into our heart center. Bring your knees back into your chest. Give yourself one more hug here. Bring your legs out long on the back for Shavasana, final resting pose. Just let your feet fall open a little bit more than hip width distance. Come on into Shavasana. Just soak up all the love you just created in your own self. While you're in Shavasana, the next few minutes, just see if you can't wish yourself and focus on your heart. Wish yourself love and wish yourself peace. left side. Take a moment here. Coming up to seated meditation. Thank you so much for practicing with me. May you be well, and may you be loved. May you find peace, prosperity, health, and joy. Namaste. Don't forget to click subscribe and the little bell, click the little bell so you can get notifications of when I'm practicing again. Namaste.